So, should you buy a used graphics card? Should you buy a used mining graphics card? What about like refurbished products? Like what should you do? Like what should you do? Because there's so many conflicting reports. Well, I don't claim to know everything ever, but I do know quite a fucking bit about computers. I do. I've been using computers since 1986, right? You alright there? Been using computers since 1986. I have went through thousands of pieces of hardware between repairing other people's devices and my own. I was a street hacker, and I used to fucking fix computers and phones and shit in the motherfucking woods, dog, right? So, like, I know a little bit about used hardware, right? Here's the thing, right, is, I'm never going to recommend you buy anything other than at least a 30 series NVIDIA graphics card, right? Because you either want to go all PCI Express 4.0, which means you need a Ryzen 5000 series, and you need a RTX 30 series, right? If you're buying new hardware and you're trying to do VR, right, don't get PCI Express 3 stuff. You need this extra bandwidth, right? Well, the thing is, with these 30 series cards, right, they are only 2 years old. They're only 2 years old, right? And so even if they've been mined on, you gotta think, right? If you're a miner, right, and you want to, like, make money, whoa! Shit, dude! And you want to make money off of these cards, right? You're not gonna, like, treat them like shit, are you? Right? You're gonna want them to work, right? So, the thing is graphics cards are meant to do the work that they're being asked to do, right? Like mining or gaming or all that shit. It's still just electrons going through silicon. That's all it is, right? So, the thing is those cards, they are technically meant to last for 4 years. Like, they're just meant to last for 4 years, right? They last way longer than that. But I see absolutely no issues, in any of my professional opinion, on using some hardware that was ran 24/7 for 2 years. They're supposed to, as long as, like, you try to, like, treat the shit right, you'll be fine. There is one exception, right, to that rule. And that's the 90 series, the 3090s and the 3090 Ti's, the ones with 24 gigs of RAM, right? They put the RAM on both sides of the board, and they don't cool it down properly. See, your biggest threat to a graphics card, right, is heat, right? So as long as the person who was mining with the card had proper ventilation, you're fine. Well, with the 3090 and the 3090 Ti, the 24 gig models, right? They have a really bad overheating issue on the memory. So running those 24/7 with excessive amount of heat is totally gonna affect the lifespan. I cannot recommend buying new or used 3090s or 3090 Ti's because of the way that they fucked up the cooling of the RAM. Like, they're gonna break. Like, they're fucked. And I can't recommend buying anything older than a 30 series. Not just because it's old, older than 2 years, but because it's not PCI Express 4, at least, right? So, well, what about like refurbished, right? My personal opinion on refurbished is that it is better than new. And the reason why, right, is because when you get something manufactured refurbished, right, it is been checked over by the company and they said that it meets or exceeds their quality control expectations, right? Right? And then on top of all that, it's usually in like new condition and it comes with a warranty and it's cheaper. This headset that I run my whole YouTube channel on, right, is a manufacturer refurbished 64 gig Oculus Quest headset that I got for $199 at Walmart.com. Right? They sold out real quick, but my family bought 5 of them. Right? I got one, and my brother-in-law and my sister both bought 2 for themselves. Right? And they're fucking fantastic. And when it comes to PCVR, right? You don't need the gigabytes, so a 64 gig is fine. So if you can find like a 64 gig or 128 gig or whatever headset refurbished, buy that hoe, especially now because Meta has increased the price of the headset, right? Like next week or something like that. The $300 Quest 2 128 gigabyte model is going to be $400 now. Now, is that a lot of money for a VR headset? No, it's not. Like they were losing money like the whole time. These things cost like $1,000 or so to make, maybe more at first, right? They cost a lot of money to make, right? And Meta's practically giving them away. I think it's stupid that they were losing a lot of money on them, and they were like, okay, it's a business expense, and now they're still losing money on them, but just not as much. It's just stupid, right? But the point is, save yourself some money, right? Like, buy a refurbished headset. Because, like, when you get a manufacturer refurbished headset, the thing is, the controllers are new, or like new. Like, the controllers are the things that are going to wear out on you the most, right? And go ahead, buy used hardware. See, the thing is there's like YouTubers and shit, right? Like, I don't know this for a fact, but it sure seems like they are like, I don't know, possibly being bought out or something, or influenced in some way, right? Because like they're telling people to like buy new graphics cards now. Which, like, there's no reason to buy a new RTX 30 series now, right? The 40 series is about to come out, right? And then, not only that, but, like, the prices are going to drop when the 40 series comes out. And there's an excessive amount of graphics cards on the market right now. Like, an absolute ass ton of them. Right? And it's just going to keep dropping and keep dropping and keep dropping and keep dropping and keep dropping in price. It's just going to, right? And the thing is NVIDIA fucked over the gamers, right? Holy crap, that one got close. Oh, you want some more? Come on. Right? They fucked over gamers, right? They sold directly to fucking miners, right? And they lied about it, right? And they just been lying a lot. Like, I recommend their products, right, for VR, only because they work. And because they're the best. Like, I don't recommend it because I like the company. The company is not a good company, dude. Oh! Holy shit, you dick! You know what? Oh shit! Ah! Run! Hold on! Come on, bitch! Whoa! You got some more in you? Huh? You want some? Okay, cool. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So Nvidia, I really think that they've been dishonest, right? It's my personal opinion, allegedly, all that shit. Don't fucking sue me. But I think they've been dishonest. Let's just put it that way, right? In my opinion, right? Um, and the thing is, right, is like buy the cards that they've already took out of the gamers' hands for like the last 2 years and sold to miners. Well, buy it from the miners, man. Buy it. Like, do that shit. Fuck Nvidia, right? Like, I'm gonna buy a 4090, right? I'm just going to because I have a VR channel. It's like a tool for my job, right? And it'd be really cool if I could turn on ray tracing and shit in the future, right? And I want my frame rates to, like, to me, it's worth it. It's like a necessary fucking evil, right? It's like a totally necessary evil for me to give that fucking company my money, right? When it comes to CPUs, now, see, the thing is like, I can't say, go ahead. See, the thing is like, right, with buying stuff used, if you get it from eBay, right, they got a return policy. You can return the shit, right? And if you read the reviews and the sellers got a good reputable reviews and star rating and shit like that, like I don't see any problem with that, right? If it's too good to be true, if it for some reason it's too good to be true, right, it probably is, right? And see, the thing is when you get the used hardware, just run it, benchmark a bunch of games for like 8 hours straight. Like, if you don't have any problems after running benchmarks for a few hours, you're not going to have any fucking problems with that card. It's going to be fine. CPUs, I've used a used CPU and it broke, right? So I mean, but the same rules apply, right? Like, there's a return policy, right? There's a return policy on eBay. And if the seller's got reputable reviews and shit, and you put it in your machine, and you run some benchmarks on it for a couple hours, and you don't have any problems, you're probably not going to have any fucking problems as long as you got good ventilation, right? Ventilation is key when it comes to a gaming PC, right? So, like, yeah, just like, I personally would say, if you're building out a PC, right, buy a Ryzen 5600X, right? They're really cheap, right? Brand new. If you're getting a 3060, and get a 5800X, right? If you're getting a 3080 or a 3070, and don't buy a 3090 because you're gonna have problems, especially with used ones that mined and shit. I almost can guarantee that, right? And then get 16 gigs of RAM for the 60, and for the 70 and the 80, get 32 gigs of RAM. Those buy new. Like, I would honestly recommend buying a new Ryzen 5000 series, right? And buying new RAM, but getting a used graphics card, right? I would totally say do not buy in this market a new graphics card. Unless you got the extra money and shit. Like, I don't see any fucking problem with it at all. Like, I'm totally cool with it. Like, I recommend that shit, right? Get a manufacturer refurbished headset. With the rest of your PC, right? Get a refurbished fucking monitor. Get a refurbished mouse. Get a refurbished keyboard. Get some nice shit. Some really good shit, right? Like, I got the MX Master 2S or whatever. It's like $120 fucking mouse, right? For editing. I got it for $30. Manufacturer refurbished, right? It's fucking nice, great, right? And even when it comes to like motherboards or even the CPU, like if the CPU is manufacturer refurbished, not used, right? But if the RAM, the motherboard, the CPU, graphics card, any of that shit is manufacturer refurbished, dude, buy that shit. Like, buy that shit. That's just as good, or if not better than new, right? And definitely when it comes to like the VR headset and shit too, like manufacturer refurbished, good as new, I mean, that's like my 2 cents and shit. Like, I've literally taken hardware out of the dirt while I was in the woods, and ran water over this shit and then let it dry and then plugged it into a computer and they would work as long as I let them dry and shit. Dude, I have tortured hardware, and the only time I ever have issues with hardware is when they overheat or when there's thermal paste that's not put on correctly, so it overheats or it overheats or it overheats. Like, and remember, there's a flaw with the 3090s and the 3090 Ti's with the way they did the memory. The memory gets the VRAM gets way too fucking hot on that shit, right? And like like go ahead. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't let Nvidia, try to like convince you that you need to like buy their new buy their 30 series cards brand new right now and shit. No, dude, that's just they're trying to just get rid of their product and shit. There are an excessive amount of GPUs on the market, and that's great because PCVR needs the PCI Express 4.0, like to do like this, like to mod like AAA games into VR and shit. You really need that extra bandwidth, right? And so like PCVR was really expensive to. It cost me like $1,800 originally for this machine, and then with all the upgrades and shit, it cost almost $3,000. But we'll just say, with a headset, when they were $300, with a headset and with a decent gaming PC, it cost about $2,000 to get into this, right? Well, now it's going to be getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And if you have the Ryzen 5000 series and you have an NVIDIA 30 series card, you got PCI Express 4.0, and you're going to be able to run VR games for years, for like 4 years from now. If you built this now, I guarantee you might have to turn some settings down and shit in the future, but you're going to be able to run modded PC games, AAA games. You're going to be able to run all the VR games, the normal VR games, and if you're going to invest some money, invest at least into a PCI Express 4.0 platform, right? That's just my 2 cents on the situation. And like, let me know in the comments down below. Have you ever bought any used hardware from, eBay? Have you ever had anything break on you? Like, I've had just one CPU and one hard drive in my entire life break on me. Out of all the hundreds of computers I've had and fixed and worked on and all that shit, and it just I haven't had that many issues. What kind of issues have you had? What kind of good experiences have you had? Like buying from Walmart.com a refurbished Oculus Quest 2, best purchase ever. What's your best purchase ever? What's your worst purchase ever? I really want to know, right? Well, right up here at the top left, right? Wait. I do not have a Patreon. I will never have a Patreon. I have Shorts viewers. My Shorts viewers are my steady income. So I just put a little extra time into Shorts, and I don't need your money. I don't want your money. I don't have any affiliate links or any of that shit, and I never will, right? I just want to help you have fun, and I want to entertain you, and I want people to be able to play VR games that I play if they want to. That's why I have the tech support for all these Praydog VR mods and shit. Speaking of which, right. Right here is the playlist for tech shit, right? It's my Saturday morning shows that I do premieres, and I can text with you live and shit every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. right? Well, right here is the PreyDog VR mod technical support playlist. Everything you need to know to get RE2, RE3, RE7, and RE8 working, what kind of things to expect, how to pull up like the mod menus and shit like that, all that shit, the workarounds and all that good shit. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, go ahead and watch that. Right here is the Google algorithm, whatever it believes that you want to watch based upon your search history. And if you click on the heart, right, in the bottom left, if this is your first time to the channel, it'll subscribe you to the channel, right? And with that, I'm going to wish you all good night. Good night. Don't need to save, right? Nope, don't need to save because this was a text episode. That's it. We're good. We're good. We're good.